Peasant Productions presents the math of ESP, why it works even if you don't believe in it. We are discussing the International Space Station Phase 2. Obviously I'm a long series here, folks, but I've got all kinds of stuff to show you how very easily adaptable. It's not like, it's not like quantum physics where it's way over yonder and you've got to spend 10 years learning something. This is, you just walk out there and start looking at the life and you'll see what's going on. As I explained, fascist governments, the United States is a fascist government. It's a corporation built, designed, and working for the idea of maintaining corporations even at the death of its own citizens. Okay, so that's how illogical it is. The corporation, which is made up of people and employees and consumers. Yes, the people that buy the product have to exist or a corporation is worthless. Okay? So, the corporation is dead set on killing everybody and thereby eliminating its own clientele. Yeah. That's how illogical the United States fascist government, European fascist government system is, but it has been in power since before Rome, so you're following the exact same stupid logic, okay? The International Space Station, on the other hand, would be following through with a little bit more logic, okay? Now, for instance, like I say, we get up into space, start building a platform, you need raw material. Well, the asteroid belt's not that far out there. With a constant drive engine, you can be out there and back in a matter of weeks. Because the asteroid belt is a demolished planet, absolutely everything that you have on this planet has a probability, not a guarantee, a probability of being there. Gold, platinum, silver, iron, phosphate, water, uranium, what the hell, And just think of your entire, elemental table and all of that excluding the poisonous crap the humans made. Everything else is possible out there in the asteroid field. That's free for the taking, and you're not even, you're not tearing a mountain down to get a little piece of gold or a little piece of coal out of the middle of it. You're not killing an entire ecosystem to go out there and grab an asteroid and bring it back in and smelt it down to usable material, are you? And there's so much room in space and there's so much deadly radiation in space that the fact that you're using nuclear energy to drive all this stuff really doesn't matter, does it? No. So, standard precautionary lifestyle out there, where you have exercise, you have abilities to produce centrifugal gravity areas, spinning orbs and whatever. So you have none of the limitations that the United States government has been screaming at the American citizens exists, so that only specialized, qualified, government-approved people can go into space. Okay. They occasionally make differences, like letting a school teacher go up in space and stuff like that. But 99% of what you see advertised at the mass public government level is anti-space, isn't it? It's deadly out there. There's aliens out there. You have the conspiracy people running around talking about lizard aliens coming to Earth and going to terraform it into something because they want to use humans as food, or they want to grow their own food here or whatever. You ever notice how all those pictures of those lizard people, if it's a close-up of a face, is generally something that came out of that, I think it was a sci-fi series called V. I think that's what it was, V or something like that. I didn't really like it, but it was about alien people who had human bodies over their lizard bodies. And if you looked really careful at certain times or certain situations, their eyes would accidentally uncover and you would see the actual reptilian eyes instead of the normal human eyes. Yeah, you know, all trick photography, no big deal. But that's the kind of stuff that you see these conspiracy people putting out there. They gain so much traction for some very bizarre reason. You know, it's amusing, but everybody's bound and determined to believe that aliens are coming to kill us. Yeah, the fact that time compression of space travel. If you go from here to Alpha Centauri, which is what, 3.5 light years away, I think it is, or something like that, and back again, you're going to have several decades pass on this planet before you get back. Okay? Absolute guarantee. You don't have any ability to disprove that. You haven't gone out and done it. Okay? Now, your very old legends of star people definitely warns you of that. Anybody that can think logically understands that if you're traveling through time and space, so to speak, compressing things, yes, things are going to be different. So, no alien's going to come here and buy a bunch of human buttocks and ship it back to their alien nation on 100 million light years away, because chances are whoever their customers were don't even exist anymore. Okay? Oops. Like flat earth people. There's a dome over the whole thing. It's 36,000 miles wide, but there's not a single structural support member. But it's logical, but a globe can't exist. Yeah. Logical stuff can't exist, but illogical stuff can. It's actually all based on your religion. There's a meme I have about this Bible book, and most religions also follow the same thing. Your gods behave like arrogant little children. Humans consistently tell gods what to do, and gods then follow those instructions because they're not going to do anything else. And you all have a death wish, like I say, too. You want to die and go to your heaven. Heaven's better than being alive right now. Interesting, Meditation, Buddhism, Hinduism, Taoism, a few things like that, the yogic philosophies and stuff from 5,000 to 10,000 years ago. The native people, First Nations around the planet, they respected the here and now. They respected the planet they walked on. They gave credit to the planet being here because spirits made it and let them walk it. Not because they own it and gods owe them a new one. Yeah, Bible story stuff. Farces and fallacies. So, you see, the United States is doing exactly the same thing. It's got this whole farce about how there's all these enemies everywhere. Korea has been threatening to nuke the world since 1953. That's older than me. Nonetheless, you people are saying, oh my God, they're going to fire a nuclear weapon at us, oh my God. The United States, the only people that have ever used nuclear weapons in war, are being threatened by somebody else. Oh, we have to nuke them quick. Yeah. Bunch of screaming little kids. That's all you are. You don't have logic. You don't have the ability to fact check. So, think about what happens if I get a bunch of you up into space, and you got the freedom to create business, you got the freedom to create food, you got the freedom to create pure water, you got the freedom to have clean air to breathe, you have the freedom to think. Whatever you want to think, good or bad. I don't care if you're a bad person and you get up there anyways. Karma will take care of you. That's karma's problem, not mine. Okay? I don't fear challenges from competitors for the same reason. So what? They make me a better person. They make my product a better product. They make my ideas more refined, more pinched in. But when you do nothing but lop around, you're like the people that buy Apple. Every time I see a new upgrade in the Apple iPhone, I hear more and more of the intelligent computer crowd being more and more pissed off. That's less useful, that's less good, that's less fine, that's more bloated. Just like your Windows software. Every time the Windows versions come out with a new version of Windows, it's bigger, it's more bloated, it takes more of your raw data and gives it to one of the richest people in the world. And I mean, just umpteen dozen piles of crud in there. But everybody screams about how great it is and how it should be the right thing and the only thing. So yeah. So I say, you don't understand what freedom is because you've never been free. You have always been a repressed masses who want to spend your time being given candy and cake and ice cream and video games. And I don't care if you look all the way back to the Crusades, where, oh, you need an adventure? Fine. Go kill those guys over there. They're dirty muggers. And somebody run off and go start stabbing people. You don't have ownership of this planet. You are a renter at best. You are here because you have a life to live. And you accepted a contract on this planet. That doesn't give you ownership of it. There's nothing in that that Bible that can be traced back to a God object that cannot be changed, like my Revelation 2:17 mark. It's in my hand. That says that Jews have ownership, that say Christians have ownership, that say Catholics have ownership, that say the Rothschilds have ownerships, the J.P. Morgans and Rockefellers and Soros and all those others. They don't own your planet. They own you because you let them. You don't step out of the mold. You don't step out of the ball of wax. You jump up and down in the puddle of mud and scream, "Oh, it's so wonderful!" And you never realize there's a clean pool next door. So, International Space Station Phase 2 has a complete supply line of all the needed necessary stuff up there in space. I have enough intelligence in my head and enough gadgetry in my head to know that I can build stuff that will make that all work. And the sad possibility that I might actually save some of the human race exists as well if I actually get things together and make it happen. Nonetheless, all of what I put here is showing how easy it is. I mean, think about that. 35 years after a single letter is written, I'm standing back waiting to reap the rewards of what I created, because everything I wanted pretty much is fallen into place of that. It's all scientific based. There's no military in it. The United States government, which is fascism, is getting out of it. There is no real leadership on the planet. Everybody running around sniveling and whining and playing, divide and conquer games right now, letting your elite rich, who think they run things, but are finding out that everything that they planned is now falling apart. You're so badly in need of a savior right now. It's absolutely amusing. Problem is, you don't have a savior because you've been praying to books and murder objects and physical gold and stuff like that. So, you want to live and survive, consider. Don't jump on the bandwagon just because it is. Sit down and really stop and think about it. Think about what would be involved in an investment for your children's children's children if we went into space. Especially if we had done it before Fukushima happened.